Well, Suzanne with us from Suzanne's Natural Foods, and of course it is Heart Month, and one of the things that they always talk about is omega-3s.
And we have a lot of omega-3 that we sell in the store, and most people come in and get like fish oil capsules. More recently, they've been interested in the chia seed and the hemp seed because those are vegan versions that people are learning about. But one of the best ways to get your omega-3 is just from eating fish.
Right, and of course you've got some wonderful options there in the store, and we're going to be talking to some guys a little bit later. I mean, one of them, we know directly, we can meet the person who brought this in.
He's here from Alaska. So recently we started selling this Alaskan salmon. And you know, I had heard on the news a couple times last week that there's a lot of fish out there that is mislabeled, and it's nice to know the fishermen.
Right.
Because we know exactly where this fish came from, and it goes directly from the fishermen up to our store. I mean, it's just that, there's just no middleman.
And that's one thing that you have to like about that. And I like the fact that they come in different sizes, so you can either perfectly portion just for you, or if you want to do maybe a date night for two, you've got that option as well. And again, lots of different cuts, lots of different varieties. I mean, the sizes here, my husband would be drooling right now.
Yes, it's wonderful. And Jim is our local salesperson, and Tony is the fisherman that's here from Alaska. They're here in the studio, and they are going to come and share with us later some different information about how they catch the fish, how the fish is handled before it's packaged, because it really makes a difference. One of the things that I had noticed over the years about salmon is that it would be so evenly bright pink. Well, that's dye that's been added.
Ah, okay.
And then there's other things that they add, not to this fish, but you know, I'm comparing to other seafood that kind of turns people off as to the reason why they don't want to eat seafood. They don't really know what's in it, or it's got nitrates to preserve it. Well, these guys do the simplest method and bring you the cleanest, freshest fish with no additives. So it's as healthy as you can get, which is really important when I'm putting it in my store. And they're going to be in the store today from 11 to 1.
Okay.
So if anyone would like to meet them, asking questions, even simple questions like, how do I cook it?
Right, because Alan, of course, we always like to pick the brains of everybody who comes in the studio, and not just about slow cookers and crock pots. It's not. We like to ask our serious questions, so you've got a chance to talk to them a little bit later. But talk about the benefits of omega-3s, because this is something that is, I mean, it's something that we actually need.
Well, the benefits are so numerous it almost sounds like snake oil, because it's great for the cardiovascular system. You know, men, women, anyone would benefit from it. Brain health. So I've given fish oil, little soft gels to my children ever since they were very tiny for brain function. It's great for the skin, the hair, the nails, because of the good oils in it just nourish the system. It's great for lowering triglycerides and regulating your cholesterol, blood sugar, balancing weight loss, you know, of course, eating high protein, delicious, good high proteins like this.
Right.
So
and don't you also have the flavored stuff? Because I think, didn't you bring it some in several months back, the different flavored where you can just squirt it in a spoon, and the omega-3s, and it was like strawberry kiwi, or...
Yes.
And it was actually good.
Yes, so we do have some fish oil like that. But there's just a variety of ways, and we just wanted to share with people this, you know, one additional option that we have, a great way to get some healthy omega-3s from delicious food, and it's, we know the fishermen. Right. And it's very healthy.
And you were talking earlier in the segment about you know, things being mislabeled or whatever. The organic section that you have there at the store is also amazing too, and you know it's organic because I know that you guys are very stringent about where you're getting your produce from.
Yes, our produce, we know where we're getting our produce from. We also carry local beef and local bison, and we know those farmers as well. And during the summer months, we carry a lot of local produce as well, and we know the farmers. So we really like, you know, supporting local and knowing where things come from.
Right.
So it's really important.
And since it's pretty much impossible to catch salmon out here, we got to bring that in.
and this is as fresh as you can
Yes.
get. You know, a lot of people in the Midwest say, well, I'm getting fresh salmon or fresh whatever, and you can't get fresh around here because we're not catching it.
Right.
Fresh is when you're living on the ocean, you know, right there on the coast. This is as close as you can get to fresh because all seafood that comes into the Midwest from somewhere has to be frozen at least for a transit time. And this, they freeze immediately after catching, and they're gonna,
Yeah, we're going to be talking more about the
Tony
process.
knows more about that than I do.
We're going to let him talk about that a little bit later on in the show. And again, you can find the salmon over at Suzanne's Natural Foods, just off the corner of 32nd and Connecticut here in Joplin, and or also the supplements as well. So we're going to be learning more about this a little bit later on the show and be posting this online at 4stateshomepage.com. We've got more coming up on the show, weather and birthday.